Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings, we're back to talking about more TNG. Before we get into this though, like say this 2-part episode though, for, Descent, part 1, part 2, some probably like say bit of reading, like when you are viewing, you might need to probably understand this instead of just dropping right in to it. You might want to watch like say episodes like Borg, in which the character of Hugh is introduced, the Borg who became sentient and had feelings, as well as which was in episode season 5. You might want to watch the episode Brothers, which introduced the character of the Data's emotion trip and all that, and as well as in season 6 episode Suspicions, in which the metaphysics shields were first introduced. But what happened in this episode? Well, in this episode, after the Borg attack, in a way start to appear on the Enterprise, Data for the first time has a bit of struggle with controlling his emotions. In this case, anger. So, in a way, he is trying to recreate that moment because he is trying to feel like, say, well, why was I angry? What caused this bit of outburst and all that? But eventually, what leads to another is him going out and, in a way, joining the, Borgs. But one thing leads to another, though, because that leads to another, though, is that, well, who is it? Who is the leader of the Borg? Because all of the Borgs in this episode are basically the one who is basically in charge of them all. And this episode is...
There you are, brother. Have you made any progress with LaForge? It is too early to tell if the nanocortical fibers performed their function.
Lord. So what are my whole thoughts on this on these 2-part episodes? I actually thought both of these episodes were really good, especially since part 1 was the season finale to season 6, so part 2 was the season opener to season 7. So yeah, I really liked how like in part 1, basically we have like all bits of details of like say Data trying to recreate all that stuff. So, I kind of like the idea of, like, say, Data has always been a character who has always tried to understand, like, use, like, the scientific method to understand, hey, why do I feel this way? Trying to use experiments to understand what he's feeling it, how to recreate that, that result.
Time always runs the same way. It never goes backwards. Now, we're aware of time because we notice that things happen one after another in sequence.
And I always got to say, I always like it when Brent Spiner was able to play the character of Lore, because that gives him the opportunity to be able to have, like, say, a bit of difference in the fact that oh, it seems like Brent Spiner was having fun.
Here's the visor. May I ask why you wanted it? Thought it might look good on me.
What do you think?
Maybe we should work on your sense of humor, brother.
Like, then again, like, say, there was always moments you can tell where Brent Spiner is having fun. Like, whether it was, like, say, the Western episode. I like that episode, no? And I gotta say, I thought this episode was, both of these episodes were really good. And, like, looking back, I can honestly, I feel like, although, you know, like, say, Lore is, like, say, he's jealous of Data and that Dr. Song, their father, was more preferential to Data. So, at the same time, in this episode, basically, Lore has ever so often been controlling him, or another way where would be manipulating him, because ever often he goes like, say, oh, he basically has like a little thing in his fingernail and like plops it open, and he goes like, say, do you like those emotions he's giving you? And he goes like, say, yes. And Data's just always wanted the craving to be able to have those little fleeting bits of emotions. So there could be, like, say, a bit of toxic bit of relationship in the fact that, like, Data is wanting to feel those emotions, those hints of life, I would say. Even though, yeah, Data is alive. So, I gotta say, both of these episodes were really good. They were great. I do have to say that I really kind of wish that we hadn't, when I started doing these videos, that I wish I hadn't started, like, you know, watching, like, all the films first, because then I would be like, because now I'm looking back and feel like, say, now I wonder how I'd feel if I rewatched all the TNG, the Next Generation films now, because I have been watching them. So, yeah, in Star Trek Generations, the emotion chip is brought back. So that film was where Data starts to have all the emotions in a way.
Oh, yes! I hate this! It is revolting!
More?
Please.
And, yeah, I gotta say, these two episodes were really good. I really liked them. I thought Prince Spinner did a great job, anyway, and I kind of want to see more of, like, how the Borg storyline continues, since Hugh was basically the one who eventually takes control of the situation. Maybe that would eventually lead to the Borg Queen. I'm excited, though. See you next time.